gamers? Yeah, okay, so look, I know I made a video saying the end of Master Duel Central and everything, and I meant it, but Legend Anthology is like the best event ever. And also, there is one Yu-Gi-Oh series I wasn't annoyed at making at this point, which was the What Should You Plays. You know, we do them with the Discord, bunch of different people sending their deck lists. It's a lot of fun to make. These are my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh videos to make. So I figured, you know, in this transitional period where I'm not exactly sure yet exactly what I'm going to be making on the channel, I'm going to be trying a lot of different things. If there is one Yu-Gi-Oh series that I am down to keep around, it would be What Should You Play. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to keep doing these like for the whole year or whatever. I really don't know. There's a good chance that if I find something that people like and that I like making, I'd probably just stick to that. But for the time being, I'm going to keep making the What Should You Plays because they're a lot of fun to make. And dude, events are my favorite part of this game, especially this one here, Legend Anthology, always a good time. Bunch of anime decks going at it. This one though, the power level is going to be a lot higher than usual. So as per usual, when we do these What Should You Plays, I'm going to be showing you a bunch of lists from my Discord with replays and everything to give you an idea of what you could play. And also, before we get into that, I'm going to show you some notable bans as well as some notable staples. So starting off with notable bans here for staples, we have a Duel and Lockbird is banned, Max C, Ash Blossom. That's a big deal because none of the Molcharmies are banned, so the Molcharmies will be resolving most of the time since you have no Ash, no Called By, and no Crossout. Triple Tactics Thrust is also banned. Evenly is banned, Droplet. A lot of the other stuff here is not banned though, so if you want to look here, these are all a bunch of solid staples that you can run. I'll just remove all the banned ones here. So a bunch of staples here that you can run. In the extra side, no Zeus, no IP, no Unicorn, no SP, obviously. But we do have access code Talker. You have Baron, you have Savage, you have Linkaribo. There's a bunch of other staple monsters that you can run. I'm not going to go through every single staple that you might want to run in the event. But I will mention, though, I forgot to mention this, there's also Kaijus. All the Kaijus are banned. And this is important because Lunalight, which I think is likely to be one of, if not the best deck in the event, does have one copy of Liger. So that means one of your only really good outs to Liger is going to be Santa Claus. Santa Claus is in the event, and yeah, this is basically your kaiju for the event. So, you know, if you really want to Liger out, here it is. Another staple you could run is Super Poly. It's at 3, but it doesn't have the good targets. So, you know, you can check your targets and see if you think it's worth running. It is at 3. I don't know if it really counts as a staple for this event, but it is available. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get into the decks. So I'm not going to take too much time because we have a lot of decks to go through, but we're going to start off with my deck here, which is just Blue Eyes. This is my build. You know, feel free to copy my list if you want to, and if you think you could fix it, make it better, that's fine. I'm not going to be doing card by cards. We really don't have time with the amount of decks that we have to cover, so I'm just going to trust you to know most of the cards, and if you don't, I don't know, ask around, bro. You'll figure it out. Anyway, Blue Eyes is really solid. I mean, it's probably going to be quite popular just because a lot of people have it. So I'm sure you're going to be seeing Blue Eyes at least a little bit, even though I definitely don't think it's going to be one of the best decks. You know, we don't have Primite, so we have to run a lot of Blue Eyes Engine, which isn't bad per se, but it's not the best. I have a pretty solid replay, so let's just jump into it. All right, and in this replay, I'm going second, and the hand is looking a little bit awkward, but we make it work. We make it work. Now, keep in mind, you know, Blue Eyes, you already kind of know what it can do going first. It's still that kind of mid-rangey engine where it kind of depends on your hand how much you can set up, and you have access to a bunch of different combos. But here we're going to be going second. But yeah, going first is really not a problem for this deck. We're playing against Odion. Shout out to Scorp. He was setting up some pretty cool shit here, just doing a basic like Odion setup pretty much. But basic Odion setup doesn't do that much without, you know, complementary engine in this event because you only have one copy of Apophis. So I go Piri Raise map, and he was just kind of hoping that I didn't have any cards that would brick and then I would not have follow-up after Piri Raise, but I did. So I go Sage here, Search Maiden. We go for Spirit with Eyes of Blue, grab the Mausoleum, activate Mausoleum. Then we get to target our guy, send Blue Eyes to the grave, activate Maiden, set up our trap, go for Spirit with Eyes of Blue. bring back our Blue Eyes from the grave, summon out our Maiden, use our trap, set the wishes, activate wishes, discard my trade-in, grab a Roar as well as a Kaiba Man the Legend. Really cool card. Use my second normal for Kaiba Man the Legend, revealing 3 Blue Eyes to summon a Blue Eyes from my deck. Then I get to go for the graveyard effect of wishes for Eyes of Blue. Make a Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, make a Tyrant Dragon, go for Roar, summon Blue Eyes from the deck, go for Kaiba Man, effect in the grave, banishing itself to search the Blue Eyes Chaos Max, and activate Trade-in, discarding to draw 2 here, get to go for my Sage, targeting my Maiden, bring back Blue Eyes from the grave, summon out Jet from the deck, make a Blue Eyes Twin Burst, activate my Ultimate Fusion to make myself a Magia, and just like that, we have the ultimate Blue Eyes setup. Ultimate Blue Eyes setup here. The whole gang is here. Everyone's here, having a good time, having fun. For extra BM, I'm going to use this and do the defense attack with Ancient Life Fairy Dragon. But yeah, I think that replay kind of speaks for itself. Blue Eyes is solid. I don't think it's the best deck in the event, but I also think it's probably one of the better decks. So he'll be doing good with Blue Eyes. Let's move on to the next one. Next up here, since I did Scorp the disservice of putting the replay where I beat him as the first replay of the video, I'll show off his deck here. It's Odion mixed with Shining Sarcophagus. It's pretty cool when he does a full combo. I don't think he was able to get it for his replay, but when he was playing against me, he was doing the combo. It was pretty crazy, but unfortunately I had Nib at the perfect time, so we couldn't use that replay. But yeah, no, the deck is really, really cool. So we're gonna check it out. By the way, running 3 Red Ice Fusion. Just fuck it, just we go. I mean, Dragoon's a good card. If you can just, you know, drop a Dragoon on the field and set a couple traps, you're probably not too mad about it. So starting off, we got Apophis, Illusion of Chaos, Anubis, Pot of Extrav, and the Man with the Mark. So pretty damn good. And we somehow did not banish our one of Dragoon. So grab Man with the Mark here, summon Man with the Mark, search for Treasures of the King, activate Treasures, set the Apophis, set the other Apophis, and then we can search for our Merciless Scorpion of Serket, search for Temple of Kings, activate Temple, activate Apophis Serpent to set up Apophis the Swamp Deity, summon him out to bring out our Divine Serpent Apophis Fusion here, and get to search Embodiment of Apophis. Then we can set back these two, activate Illusion of Chaos to search Magician Souls and shuffle back the Illusion of Chaos, go Magician Souls, dump Illusion of Chaos, use these 3 here to go into a Black Luster Soldier of Chaos. Okay. Pretty neat, pretty neat. So we get to go for Apophis Serpent, set up another regular Apophis in the back row. They're going to go for Fighting Flame Swordsman. We're going to summon a regular embodiment of Apophis and get the effect. And okay, we more so just got the Odion side of the deck set up here. But trust me, it's pretty sick. So, you know, the Shining Sark stuff is not that great anyway. You don't really need it. Next up here, coming in from Grave and the Discord, is Onomats. So if you're familiar with Onomats and the way they deck build, I'm sure you can tell me if this list is all right or not. As for me, I haven't really tried the new Onomat stuff. I've played against it, I've lost to it, and I know it's really good, but I don't know much about what a proper list looks like. So you can decide that for yourself, but I think this is going to be the best or one of the best decks, similar to Lunalight for the event. So if you have the new Onomat stuff, probably a really solid pick. All right, not even really looking forward to this. I'm not a huge fan of Onomats because I keep hearing Yuma's voice from Duel Links whenever I see these cards now. So we go ZS Ascended Sage, go Onomata Pickup, go Onomata Para, search for Do Warrior and grab Gaga Ganbara Knight. Summon the Do Warrior, make a Utopia, then we can go for Utopia search effect from the ZS Ascended Sage, then make a Utopia Prime, activate the hyper rank up magic, make a Dragonar, then we can go for Dragonar effect attach to special out the Photon Lord from the extra deck and attach it with our spell here from the grave. Then we can go for Gaga Ganbara and use the graveyard effect of our freaking whatever that card's called, I forget. Gaga Girl here, search for our counter trap. Then we go Ganbara search, Utopic Onomatopoeia, special out Zubaba Knight from the hand, grab Zubaba Bancho, Gaga Coat. And then we summon our Utopia Rising, bring back regular Utopia from the grave, use these 2 to go into a Utopic Future Zexal, set to activate Gaga Coat. And then we get back our Go Glove. Anyway, make ZS Utopic Sage and make Utopic Future and go Utopic Future into Draco Future. Yeah. So 11,000 attack and... Okay, yeah, this is crazy. This is really broken. You have a suck effect, and your opponent is forced to attack this giant ass dude. You have a spell negate, monster negate, another spell and trap negate. No, it's a monster negate. My bad. Yeah. And we had the counter trap and Imperm too. Yeah, that's disgusting. That is super broken. Honestly, definitely one of the best decks in the event, at least when it's going first. All right, next up here, we have Pokemon Trainer, and he actually has submitted 2 decks that are also, well, 2 of the 3 decks that I think will be most likely some of the best in the event. So we have going second, Knight OTK and Lunalight, which I both think are going to be crazy. Lunalight is really the one I'm looking at as being just way too good, just because I think like Liger is just going to be way too broken. Where's she at? Yeah, here she is. This card is going to be way too broken this event. Literally, you only have like Santa Claus, and I think there's like one other fake kaiju that you can run in this event. So this card is going to be way too broken and really hard to out. Good luck getting to a goddess while this card is on the field, because its quick effect is super broken too. I just don't think it's going to be happening very much. I'm pretty sure if you see Lunalight player going full combo, you're just going to scoop and go next game, which, I mean, it is what it is. I honestly think they should have hit that card. I understand that it's an anime deck, but that card is just doing a little too much, I think, for this event. But anyway, we're going to run it here. We're going to take a look at a Lunalight replay. I don't think you're going to see anything too surprising, although I don't play this deck, and I haven't really learned it, so I'm going to be pretty bad at commentating. So I'm going to go Gold Leo, search Silverhound. I'm just going to use my eyes here. Discard Silverhound. Silverhound, grave effect. Summon out the Kaleido Chick. Dump the Black Sheep. Activate Gold Leo, targeting Black Sheep. And we're going to chain Ghost Spell, but now we're going to go for Foolish Burial Goods. Dump the Lunalight Perfume. Graveyard effect, banish this card. Discard 1 card. Add 1 Lunalight from deck to hand. We add the Black Sheep. Black Sheep effect, discard. Search Polymerization. Now we're going to go for Polymerization. Use these 2 to go into a Lunalight Perfume Dancer. And we're going to go for Perfume Dancer. Use the graveyard effect of our Kaleido Chick to grab back our Polymerization and grab a Lunalight Perfume with our Dancer. Now we bring back the Kaleido Chick, and we go for Kaleido Chick effect to dump the Yellow Martin. Now we can bounce a Kaleido Chick, use it again, dump, and go for the graveyard effect of Perfume again to discard our Polymerization and get our Lunalight Wolf. Go Yellow Martin, bounce the Wolf, summon the Martin, and then we could go into Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Tiger King, set up tanky, search Lunalight Tiger, activate Tiger effect, bring back the Black Sheep, use these 3, go into a Boral Code Dragon, activate Lunalight Wolf, banish a bunch of cards from the grave to make Lunalight Dancer this way in defense position, and Book of Eclipse. Oh yeah, another thing, actually, there's another way to out this card. Ultimate Slayer, that's the card. If you have this card in attack position, Ultimate Slayer can out it. So put your Lunalight Liger in defense. Anyway, they're going to go for Fua on turn 2. That's going to do a lot. Shout out to Jadistic, by the way. So we're going to go Stratos here, activate Evil Assault. We're just pressing buttons, right? Okay, Silverhound, negate the spell here because we do that for some reason. Polymerization, make Sunrise. It would be cool. It would be cool. Grab Miracle Fusion activate. Banish a couple of dudes. Make Wake Up your Elemental Hero. And now we're going to go for Book of Eclipse, which of course our card is unaffected by, which makes it even more broken. And then we can just clear the shit. They're going to get their Stratos and then phase search. And yeah, we're here now. We can go for Wolf again, banish 2 to make a Perfume Dancer again, and get Kaleido Chick effect, send to grave, pop, go to battle, and just go for game, because we do that. Not a huge fan of Lunalight, but thank you though, Pokemon Trainer, for submitting one of the better decks of the event, if not the best one. We'll also check out here his Knight deck. I'm not really trying to flip around. We're just going to do the multiple submissions in a row here. But yeah, Santa Claus here. This is your out. This is your big out to a Liger. So you're going to need that card. And we're running all the Fulos. Well, not the Fulos. I mean, all the Molcharmies. And we're just going blind second with a bunch of board breakers and just trying to OTK with Knight, like they're good at doing, right? So not much to say here. We're just gonna hop in, check out the replay real quick. Oh, I do like this this mate field thing, whatever you call it. Anyway, so we're going second. We have 2 Molcharmies in hand, so we're gonna start with the Perulia. They're gonna go for Kaiser Seahorse, and now we're gonna activate our Fulos, and they're just gonna end their turn, which makes a lot of sense. And now we draw into Gem Armadillo. We're gonna go Gem Armadillo. They're gonna go for Valor on Gem Armadillo. That's fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Anyway, Hollow Core, Hollow Knight, Core, Core Knight. Anyway, Phantom Quartz. Grab ourselves a Gem Knight Dispersion. Dispersion activate. Send 2 to the grave. We can make ourselves a Lady Rose Diamond. Then we get the effect engrave here of our Nepirim to grab our Brilliant Rose. Sorry. Go for Brilliant Fusion. Make ourselves a Master Dispersion. Go for Quartz effect. Shuffle back a couple to make the Lady Brilliant Diamond. Send to grave our Link to summon Gem Knight Master Diamond. Then tribute our Dew to summon 2 fusions. And we got a bunch of big old bodies to go for lethal. Very epic. Very cool. You know, just good old fashioned Gem Knight, dude. You activate, you know, 2 maxis and then they pass and you win. Jadistic said he submitted this deck out of spite. So I guess out of spite, I just won't talk about the list and we'll just jump right into the replay. So he's going to be setting up basically a skill drain with Plasma, I'm guessing, or something like that. We're going for Rhoda, grab the Shadow Mist, so cool. Go for Emergency Call, wow. Get a Stratos, activate Stratos, Stratos, search what? Ferris. Never seen that before. Summon Ferris, Shadow Mist effect, grab the Adusted Gold. Set up the Vision Increase, send to the grave. Summon the Vion, dump the Malicious. Banish the Ferris, grab a Polymerization. Okay, use these 2. We go into a Cross Crusader. And then we're going to go for Malicious Summon. And we're going to send it to the grave to search a Liquid Soldier. Use these 2. Go into Infernal Devicer. Very cool. Very cool. Get to search a Neos. How about that? Go Polymerization. Use these 2 to make ourselves a Flame Wingman! Infernal Rage, unfortunately. And then we grab ourselves a Favorite Contact and get to draw 2, discard 1. Okay, go for Sunrise, grab Miracle Fusion, activate a Dusted Gold, grab a Evil Assault. Discard Poly, summon Dead End Prison. And then we're going to go for Necrom in the grave, summon out the Evil Hero Infernal Rider, grab Dark Fusion. Dark Fusion, send these 2 to the grave to make ourselves a Backfire. And then we get to grab Dark Supremacy, which I believe is our Omni Negate, if I'm not mistaken. And then we go into a Wonder Driver. Malicious effect in the grave. Summon a Malicious from the deck. Wonder Driver. Target Poly. Use these 2. Go into a Raw DPE. Miracle Fusion. Banish 2 from the grave. Summon Wake Up, your Elemental Hero. And then we pop these 2 here, get the Graveyard effect of Wake Up, your Elemental Hero, summoning a Stratos from the deck to search for Plasma. And our opponent's going to scoop it up because they don't want to deal with that shit. And I don't blame them. A very epic replay, though. All right, Digidestined Keyblader, also known as Miss Peggy in the Discord, is sending in trains. So, of course, we're going to include trains, okay? Just urgent schedule, you know, and let's just get the show on the road. Running the Ultimate Slayer, running the Out. Only 2 copies of it, but he is running the Out to Liger if they put the Liger in attack position, which I think a lot of people will, to be fair. So, anyway, pretty cool. Let's jump into it. Okay, so going second here against... Oh, Scorp again. Whoa. Okay. So maybe we'll get to see some of the sarcophagus stuff from this Odion sarcophagus list, or whatever you call it. What is it called? Yeah, Shining Sark. Maybe we'll see some of the stuff here. So let's see. We're summoning a bunch of guys. Oh, we did not see any of the Odion stuff, unfortunately. So, yeah. We're just kind of doing that. All right. So Imperm gets negated by the Silent Swordsman 0. Then we're going to go for Pot of Desires, and we're going to negate the Pot of Desires. And then there's Lightning Storm. Night Express Knight, you know, make Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon, detach Bird for 2000, make Super Dreadnought, detach, gain a bunch of attack, vanish 2, boost its attack even further, and just go for a game. All right, you know what? Cutting straight to the chase. I appreciate a replay like that. Don't have to be here for too long. Trains are sick. If you like trains, you know what this is about. If you don't, I'm not recommending anybody craft cards for an event, right? That's why we cover so many decks. All right, and Bidoof has concocted an Onomat Flame Swordsman deck, which he tells me both engines can bridge into each other and act as extenders, while also giving it a higher ceiling and more varied interaction. So let's check it out. Okay, so we're looking at Para, Automata Pickup, and Flame Swordsman. Let's see how these things bridge together. So Flame Swordsman, grab Flame Sword Dance, go Automata Para, grab the Utopic Automatopoeia, go for Para, grab a Dododo Warrior and Ganbara Knight. Then we can go for Rhoda, grab the Astraltopia. This is already disgusting, but mostly because of the Onomat stuff. But anyway, it's true. It is a level 4, which means it bridges into Gaga Gaga Girl. And now we get to grab a Dododo Dwarf Go 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 Glove and go for Dododo Warrior and dump to the grave and then trigger our guy and make Utopia double on turn 1, which is kind of crazy to grab a double or nothing. Then use that to make a Ultimate Leo Utopia Ray, grab a Zubabancho Gagaga Coat. And now we're going to put a card in the back row, summon 2 level 4s of our choice here, and another level 6 from the grave, use Onomatopera, and then we can make Gagaga Magician. Magician, bring back Utopia Double, make Utopic Future with our 2 Gagagas, and then we get to dump to the grave a Salamandra to grab Salamandra with Chain, thanks to the graveyard effect of Fighting Flame Swordsman, go into a Utopic Draco Future. Now we're going to send our Flame Swords thing, equip spell to the grave. Anyway, we make ourselves a King Dempsey, which is sick. That's sick. Hey, we got Epo. Epo, Search, Fighting Flame Swordsman. That's how they bridge together. Makes sense. All right. So now we get to go for Utopic Future Zexal, make Giant Hand. We have Salamandra with Chain in the grave. And we have Flame Sword Dance. Okay, playing against Watts. Playing against Watts. Okay. Flame Swordsman gets Floodgate Trap Hold and they go bottom. Yo, did you hop in casual for this replay? You hopped? Oh my goodness. You were about to get Blazing Mirror Force. Could you imagine if that resolved? How funny that would be? Wait, it did resolve. Holy shit. Okay, well anyway, we get to make Fighting Flame Dragon. Then go Flame Sword Dance. And we still have lethal thanks to Flame Swordsman over here, dude. I mean, admittedly, that was a fun replay. Admittedly, it was a fun replay. Cool deck. It looks good, honestly. Like, it's just your opponent was playing Watts. And as always, it would not be a What Should Maz Play without some Maz replays. So I'm going to try to get through these pretty quickly because he made 3 decks. And I'm already going to be late with this video. So look, we're going to start with the DDD stuff. DDD got new support. This is also going to be one of the better decks. He loses here, but I think he played in ranked. Yeah, he played in ranked. He didn't even play it in the duel room that we made. So even if he loses, I'm sure it's going to be a solid showcase for the new DDD stuff. And from what I understand, this stuff is just almost practically full power in the event, pretty much. So yeah, we're just going to go check it out. I'm sure it's going to be crazy. Let's see. So we have 2 Dark Contract, 1 Dark Contract with the Zero King, Book of Eclipse, and the new Zero Doom Queen Machinex. Playing against Azamina White Forest Slop. Oh, nah. Oh, nah. I don't want to watch this. Yo, no hand traps too. We just got to watch this. All right, shuffle back Mu Arcielago. They're going to go for Diabel Vengeance. Hopefully they just have no plays or some shit. Of course they have plays. They have Azamina Engine right here. Send the trap to the grave. Summon the Saint Azamina. And bring out Ilya Sylvia. Okay. Interesting. So we're going to go for Zero Doom Queen Machinex to bait out the pop here. Then we go for our Dark Contract with the Gate. Set up another Queen Machinex. Activate the effect. They're going to negate with Ilya Sylvia. Now we're going to go for Book of Eclipse. They're going to chain here for Psychic and Punisher. Which, I mean, that's not a bad chain, considering their life points are lower. We're going to get to Ghost Bell, the Diabel Star. But they are going to negate that with the Graveyard effect of Sinful Spoils of Betrayal. Now we can go for Dark Contract with the Zero King, summon out the DD Count Surveyor, grab the Savant Copernicus, and then we're going to pop our card here, summon back the Lance Soldier, use these 2, go into a Wise King Solomon, detach, grab a Griffin, go into Marksman, King Tell, use these 2 to go into a Gilgamesh. Then we get our King Tell effect in the grave, and we get to set up 2 scales here because we're just that goated. Use Necro in the grave to summon out DDD Alfred, the Divine Sage King. Bring back our Lance Soldier, shuffle a couple of cards back, go into DDD Flame King Genghis, summon out our Griffin Genghis. Target in the grave to summon, go into High Caesar. Use these 2 to go into a First King Clovis, and then use these 2 here to make a Siegfried. Now we're going to use the effect of our Orthos to get a pop. We Pendulum Shokan, discard, use these to go into a Zeus Ragnarok, pop to summon, to just Pendulum Shokan again and make a Caesar. Okay, and then we go into Deus Machinex, and now they're going to gain some life points. We're going to pop, and we're going to crash here just to get our life points lower, and we're going to scoop it up. Or timer. Ah, timer. Okay, I think we had it there, because after you crash, you know, you can move to second phase, grab the dude, etc., etc. But I'm sure it took a lot of thinking to get to that point. Still a solid showcase. I'm sure this shit is going to be super broken in the event. Obviously, the combo was nuts. Unfortunately, Moz also submitted sharks. I don't love sharks very much, but they are here, and so we're going to commentate them. Okay, starting off, we got a Surfacing, Big Jaws. We got 7th Tachyon, Book of Eclipse. Gonna fast forward here, go for 7th. It's gonna get ashed. Keep in mind, all these replays are in ranked as well, because Moz just likes to make his life a little harder, I'm guessing. So we're going to go for Big Jaws, grab the Abyss Shark effect, special summon, grab a Hydrojet Shark, summon the Hydrojet Shark, dump the Crystal Shark, and then we're going to go for a Stealth Kraken, said Book of Eclipse. Honestly, Stealth Kraken, Book of Eclipse, pass with 2 hand traps. That's all you need, bro. That is all you need here. So we're going to go for Valor on the Ice Razil, and then they're going to go for their Triple Tactics talents. We're just going to go Stealth Kraken right away. They're going to use our level 4 to make a Gaga Girl, and we're going to Book of Eclipse, giving them a draw, but just stopping them from just popping off here. And now we summon Stealth Kraken, pop, do a little bit of burn damage, do a little swing. We got 2 hand traps to our name. We can go for Xyz Armor Fortress. Xyz Armor Fortress detach 2. Grab the Reincarnation, Unveiling Male, and Full Armored Xyz. Banish from the grave here to search Aquajet Surface. Use Aquajet Surface. Bring back Big Jaws triggers, and we're just going to go all over again. So use all these dudes here, make a Bahamut Shark with no toad to our name, unfortunately, but we can still summon out La Virtue, grab Virtue Stream, La Virtue, detach here to grab the Abyss Shark, then use that to make a Dark Knight Lancer, go into Black Ray Lancer, and then we can bring back our Crystal Shark from the grave, summon out Abyss Shark from the hand. We're really popping off here, holy moly. Make Stealth Kraken, set 2, and pass our turn. So yeah, I mean that was actually pretty damn impressive, especially considering the mid-rangey stuff you passed on turn 1. So they're gonna go for Goblinberg here. We're just gonna pop the Goblinberg. They're gonna get to summon from the deck the Onomatokage, summon the Dodododo Warrior. We're gonna go for Virtue Stream, do a little bit of popping. They're gonna go Red Reboot. Red Reboot? I mean, honestly, the hand trap's probably going to do the work here. We're going to get to go for Ghost Mourner on their Xyz, which means it's negated now. They're going to go for the Graveyard effect of Dodododo Warrior, grab a Zuba Bancho Gaga coat, do a little swing in. We get our spawns, and they're just going to scoop it up. Dude, mad respect for beating this shit with sharks in ranked. You're playing gimped sharks in ranked. That's crazy. And last but not least here, this one looks really cool. It's Salamangreat mixed with Flame Swordsman. They're both fire, so it must work. I don't really know what the synergy is. Other than that, I'm sure I'll find out by watching the replay, because usually Moz has a way of making replays that help me at least figure out what he's doing. You know, you don't just see one side of the deck. Usually the replays show everything that you need to at least have a decent idea of what the deck is doing. So let's see here, last replay of the video. Hopefully this video is not too long. We got Dark Flare Swordsman, Sign Up Mining. We're kind of cooking. So Dark Flare Swordsman, super broken. Dump a Fusion Special himself, uses quick effect to summon Fighting Flame Swordsman from the deck. Then we can go for Sign Up Mining here. Discard our Fighting Flame Sword and grab a Salamangreat of Fire. Grab a Gazelle. Use our Salamangreat of Fire to make Balinks. Balinks effect, grab the field. Go for Gazelle Special from the hand. Grab a Sanctuary. Gazelle, dump Spinny. Use these two. Go Sunlight Wolf. Then we can go for our Flame Swordsman, dump the Salamandra, and grab ourselves a Salamandra with Chain, Spinny, summon under the Sunlight Wolf, add back the Dark Flare Swordsman, use these to go into a Mirage Stalio. Mirage Stalio detached, get to summon from the deck here, and use all 3 of these to make ourselves a Raging Phoenix. Then we get to summon to our opponent's side of the field the Salamangreat of Fire, go for our field spell here to summon a resummoned Raging Phoenix, grab our counter trap, and holy moly, it is a resummoned Link 4, which means we get the full effect of Rage as well as Roar. Yeah, up to that monster's Link rating. Yeah, okay. That's pretty crazy. So, our opponent is going to go for Illusion of Chaos here. And activate Red Ice Fusion. Keeping it simple. Keeping it real simple. So we can go for Flame, Sword Dance, flip their guy down, and just call it a day? What? We beat Dragoon with vanilla Flame Swordsman? Alright. I mean, I gotta respect it. So look, that's gonna do it for the replays for this What Should You Play. I'll probably make a What Should You Play for the Link Synchro, wait, what is it? Synchro Fusion Plus event that's coming pretty soon. I like making these What Should You Plays. You know, like I said, it's one of the few Yu-Gi-Oh series that I was doing on the channel that I never really got sick of doing, that it doesn't really feel forced to me. I have a good time making these. So I hope they're still enjoyable for you as well. And I hope it's not too much of a cop-out to do these. I did a poll on the channel, and it seems like most people agreed that if I like doing these and I want to keep doing them, that I might as well. So yeah, that's it. By the way, I made a Dragon Quest demo first impressions video. Little rough around the edges of that video because I had to get it out quickly before I get this one out, because I'm making them both on the same night. But if you could go check it out, give me some, you know, some feedback on the video, even just like, you know, some constructive criticism or whatever, I could really use it. So check that out. It's the last video on the channel before this one. But yeah, thank you for checking out the video. Like and subscribe and have a nice day. Thank you.